The United States Air Force. Learn more at airforce.com. Metro by T-Mobile. Complete your mission with the best deal in wireless. Tournament audio and team chat listen-ins are brought to you by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix-amp of the Call of Duty League. Join the Astro family and pre-order the CDL A40TR headset and Pro Team speaker tags today at astrogaming.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back live from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Make some noise if you are ready for the second day of the Call of Duty League. Hello, everybody. I'm Chris Puckett, and here on Saturday, we are going to show you 6 new teams making their premiere in the Call of Duty League. Are you guys ready to meet our squads in the first match of the day? It's UK versus USA. Introducing first, it's your New York Subliners.
Mr. Ice in his veins. Bongo top. He gets the damage in. He can't miss it. It's accuracy. Engage. Here we go. Jonah. 1 versus 3.
He's like, no worries, bro. I got this.
Ladies and gentlemen, it all comes down to this.
Please welcome to the stage, it's the British Swiss Army knife, Zero! Up next, it's the captain, the Iceman. Let's hear it for accuracy. The 2015 world champion with 5 titles to his name, the young one, Attach. Up next, with 5 champs of his own, let's hear it for the Italian Stallion. And your 2019 All-Star, Big Donnie Temp. The Subliners are ready to take the stage, but tonight, it's an international affair. Let's introduce their opponents. Give it up for the London Royal Ravens.
He's too bloody strong.
One of the best players in the world.
Again, Scraps has got his helper.
Beautiful reads from what's good.
The first half of the Twin Powerhouse. Let's hear it for Wuskin! Is that Connor? No, it's Scraps! Dylan, the best European player of 2019. The man with unlimited confidence. Let's hear it for Rated. I've loved this man since Black Ops 2. Give it up for the King of Ireland, Jerd! Minneapolis, make some noise. It's time for the first match of the day. And to get it started, we're sending it back to the desk.
Thank you so much, Chris. Some incredible introductions there from our teams. I'm loving this style of WWE coming in. The fans are there right in the mix of it. It's absolutely amazing. Now, we're going to head over to our keys to victory, of course. Game Fuel keys to victory, Nameless, that you've been writing for us. I'm loving them so far, and I'm hoping the teams are taking notice. We're going to do New York Subliners first. Talk to me about what needs to happen for these guys.
Well, yeah, I think that, the New York Subliners are definitely going to have to stay composed in this series because this is a team of hotheads that can actually, start arguing mid-game. So, that's my biggest thing for these guys is accuracy. As that leader is going to have to keep them disciplined and make sure Zuma, Temp, and Attach can stay composed throughout the series. Even when they lose a map, they got to just get ready for the next one.
Hey, we'll see it happen, hopefully on that stage. Game Fuel keys to victory for London Royal Ravens, Nameless. What did you cook up for these?
Dylan and Scraps, they need to return to superstar form. Both of them last year were absolutely incredible. And then also Rated. He needs to be that strong AR presence in the respawns and stay consistent. And we heard Puckett say, the man with unlimited confidence. That's definitely true.
It is indeed. Right, we're going to go to US Air Force, presented by US Air Force Maps and Modes, excuse me. We're going to go straight to those to see what our series layout is going to look like for these guys. This is super important, I think, for all of our teams on the stage, what the veto process was. Talk to me about this first game, Hardpoint, Azhir Cave. We saw that yesterday. A little bit difficult for some of our teams here. Rotations need to be on point. You need to be ahead of the game at all costs. TP, what do these guys have to do to secure that deal?
I think the Royal Ravens are going to be a force on a map like Cave. You have the speedy duo of Dylan and Jerd going to be up in your face in those tight corridors in the cave. So expect them to come out hot, maybe come out with an early lead, but New York, very strong squad as well.
Very strong. We're going to go straight to predictions because our game is nearly ready. TP, who are you having take this one?
I'm going to go with the Subliners. I think it's going to be like a 3-1 victory for them. I think it's a more well-rounded roster.
And Nameless.
3-1 Royal Ravens.
Hey, there it is. Okay, we're going to head over to our casters now because the game is ready. Let's see London Royal Ravens versus New York Subliners.
Thank you very, very much, Desk and Lottie. Well, Phil. Now, it's a tough one for us. I mean, I was born in London, so I'm inherently biased.
Right.
But I'm a massive fan of New York as well.
I will say, obviously, you still got Trey, obviously, on New York, if you're a big Trey fan, or Zero. Again, it's going to be interesting. These guys, old teammates, going head-to-head, and again, yes, there is that kind of British bias a little bit. However, New York is not a team to be messed with, not a city to be messed with.
Well, here we go. Let's have a quick look at the quick scope presented by the US Air Force at our maps coming up today. It is going to be a very, very fun one. Again, we got a brief touch on it on the desk before. We do have a Piccadilly Search and Destroy coming up, which I'm going to be extremely excited about. New York versus London. 22.4 is going to be the average age of the team of New York Subliners. And fun facts all abound. But Phil, there's a glaring stat there that we have absolutely no idea about. What's that?
Zeros for Royal Ravens. 0 championships.
Isn't 0 on the other
0
team?
major tournaments, and they don't even have 0. Zero is a superstar, obviously, the past couple of years, obviously teaming, with pretty much the majority of the Ravens, and this is kind of his chance to kind of assert his dominance. We've talked about Jerd many a times, his kind of dominance in, Black Ops 2 and how he was kind of the king of Europe, if you like. And Zero stepped away from that kind of European scene now. He's fully surrounded by these Americans, and people think he's made the better decision.
Has he made the better decision, or is he a traitor to the crown like Harry and Meghan? Oh, up to date current affairs, eh, friend? Azhir Cave will be our first one as we roll into this, of course. New York Subliners versus the London Royal Ravens. Of course, a lot of fans back home, a lot of British fans, European fans will be looking forward to seeing the results of this one. Big question marks over both of these rosters.
First things first, look at those beautiful jackets they're wearing there. Good to see, obviously, Zuma and Attach back together again. We'll have to see what they can do, but Scraps and Wuskins are twins to be forced with, and we are going to see, obviously, them get off, and we're going to be heading straight into Hardpoint here. Bit of a difficult one. You're going to be fighting for positions. You're going to see a lot of smokes go down. No trophies yet, but let's kick it off with Temp.
Yep, straight down in the middle we go, and you see that very first Hardpoint. Attach will find our first kills, but again, with the Hardpoint opening up, now's the time to find those kills. 10, lovely positioning in from behind. Can he clear out top and bottom rugs? This is good, but is it good enough? And from behind will be taken care of. Subliners have the lead for now, but as we see, slow and steady move around the map. We're going to try and find those angles in this very first Hardpoint. It's difficult to contest, very, very difficult to clean it up from a single angle, so you have to find a different way to attack this Hardpoint because of that hard cover that lays down low. Players can lie prone in the grass, they can play prone in the Hardpoint and stay relatively safe. Still, solid hold from the Subliners to start this one off, and now they're looking to secure cave control for the next one.
Yeah, I think Ravens obviously going down by 10, 15 points maybe after this Hardpoint, but they're trying to secure those spawns going into the next one here, and you see the pressure coming in from New York. You see Attach already 3 kills to his name, 15 seconds for accuracy, but I was really excited to see this matchup, and the reason being is that fast, aggressive aggressive playstyle of some of these players. The likes of Dylan and Jerd together going up against the likes of Attach, Temp, and Zuma. It's just pure aggression. However, quick stack check there, 4 kills apiece for Zuma and Attach here. Duos at the ready. One of the twins got in action here. Wuskin's starting a little slow.
Yeah, after that first hard point, the kill's certainly looking a bit more favorable in the hands of the Ravens, but it's not going to matter too much. Second hard point now as we go straight into London's midst. Rated there on the hard point. Dylan trying to watch the backside. In that top rug shot, yellow building, some players call it. Very important positioning to control if you're looking to move forward in the hard point. Now Zero trying to claim back that high ground inside Cave. Lovely nade eaten there by the trophy, but he's in, and he's managed to make it through. Wonderful kill there on a rated, and the back line though will stay safe. Wuskin, he will hold the line, and the Ravens will continue to take the point.
Literally, a very interesting point here I'm looking at is we've got 2 MP5s for the Subliners in Temp. We've got 3 assault rifles, which is very, very controversial. A little bit different, obviously, to the Ravens, just rocking 2 at the moment. Wuskins and Rated being that anchor position. However, points going inside of the Ravens. They're going to take the lead, but with 10 seconds left, the rotation will set in, and you start to see that minimap, those yellow arrows just backing off to the soccer field now, as the Royal Ravens will be trying to breach, clear, and change that name to football. Accuracy. Here he is. He's in charge, and he's ready to rock and roll.
Solid hold there on KV, spying the Ravens, but still, as we roll over the soccer field now, 53 seconds of counting attached, still holding that prime position. Top rug, aka yellow. Zero now looking to find second, can't get it done. Again, watching those reinforcements flood now through mid-map for the Ravens as their wings take flight. Accuracy there, on point. There's a little bit of backup now, those players on spawn, but for how long can he make this work out? There's the contest. About to take that lead back. However, the Ravens now swooping. Nice 3 kills coming in from London. Will New York be able to hold? No, the point is flipped. Dylan now on point again. We touched on this previously, but Dylan had an incredible 2019 year. Easily the most standout European player. Can he find the success here in the COD League?
Well, first to hit double digits, but the interactions just impressive themselves. 10 and 7 he currently sits here with 15 seconds time, and that's the lead that they have right now. The Ravens 75 and 55-ish to Subliners here. We are going to see that rotation set in, and this is where we're going to go inside the cave. This is where you've got to have a real strong setup, and who has that? It's the Subliners jumping on board with accuracy. He's going to be trying to lock down these leads with this M4. He's going to find himself a bit of trouble, though. It's going to be Wuskin here finding a double. Temp and accuracy will fall.
Yeah, watch out again. The KVs are so hard to control this one. This is where the submachine guns are going to start to shine. They're going to smoke off that small cave entrance and just have to look towards the left, but right through the smoke they're going to be going into the guns of Zuma. Big kills from Temp, 2 from accuracy. This is a solid hold from the Subliners. This is what New York wanted to see, but it's not over yet. Ravens now pushing still further. They haven't gone up that line. Wonderful work from Jerd. He finds 2 on the rip. Now he's in the hard point. Smoke's still there. So once this clears out, you can have this melee on point, and Jerd managed to find his 3rd kill on the point there. But nonetheless, 25 seconds, it's a bit of a neutral point right now. No one's quite in there.
Right now, nobody able to hop in. A little bit of hesitation, and that's why smokes, grenades, and everything in between as well. Holding down the sights is going to be Zero on top of that truck. Finds himself 1, will be shut down by former teammate Scraps here, but with only 8 seconds left, this is where we're going to see the Ravens back off. They're trying to set up, and they will have the better position. They'll also get the scrap time. I'm interested to see as well what Scraps can do on this rotation as well, because he's going to be coming in late. And we are going to see here Royal Ravens in the lead, but only by 5 points.
Yeah, we've seen those trophy systems come into play. Cave West, there was not a single trophy to be found really for anyone. Now they're saving them for the cliff face. Again, Dylan, premium position here on that far extremes of the map. Able to catch those players, will take a bit of a hit. Ooh, good footing, doesn't quite fall off. But he has to watch for accuracy, and again, this position prevents anyone from New York making their way forward. And case in point, Dylan easy kills as London take their 100-point lead and start to move forward. Zero holding that back line as well as he tries to punch him through the rear.
This has just been Raven after Raven right now. Wuskin on a 5 streak, Dylan on a 3, Jerd on a 2, and Scraps has just picked up a kill right now. The Subliners are struggling. Look at that kill feed. It is all blue as we see the Subliners start to struggle. They are going to have to back off. They are going to have to give this rotation here, or should I say the scrap time, to the Ravens, but are they going to be able to claw their way back into it? Looking from above here, Zero. Temp trying to get in towards that action, get those lanes cut off, but this is what I like about the Subliners here. They're giving it up, they're forgetting about it, and they're trying to reset.
Now they have to reset back to that middle hard point, go all the way back to the first one, and again, it's been a very solid showing from London. Subliners did manage to find the success early on in our first set of the hard points. Will that be the case here? Rated backing up. Those submachine guns of New York now getting put to good work in that tight space. Accuracy with the AR, truly one of legend, as he tries to find a bit of work here up top. Slow for him, however, at 8 and 11. Really doing the big work for his team is going to be Zero at that 17 and 15 still. Plenty of time to turn this one around. London with the hard point for now. Wonderful work there from Rated over the top. That AR on AR battle. You see how important those long-range weapons are, keeping the submachine gun players alive and allowing them to get in close.
Yeah, you see Wuskin really start to heat up as well. He's 15 and 8, starting to really lead his team to victory, as we see. Probably the biggest lead we have done. 158 plays 87 right now, and Ravens, they can just sit back, and the reason they can do is they've actually got the rotation as well for the next one. You see number 3 Attach actually trying to sneak his way through. He takes down Rated, and that could be a crucial kill going into the next hard point. Has Attach just done something special? We'll stay on board with him as the M4 in hand. Trying to get into position. New hard point has popped. Does he make any more from this? Currently just on a 2 streak. Make it 3. Will go down eventually. But you see though that kill feed all yellow, and they might have done enough for the Ravens. They still have that spawn.
Still got the spawns, but this is the first time we've actually seen the Subliners take the hard point right off the rip, and it's not really working out for him. Attach though still there. The hail of gunfire now coming through the caves. It must be deafening in there as you see Scraps. Fine too. Rated now on top of the point. Dylan's going to be racking up the time as well. That is wonderful work from the London Royal Ravens as they swoop in, and once again the hard point is theirs. A 5 spree now for Rated as he goes 17 and 13. Powerful, powerful work from London. It's an absolute iron grip on Cave West.
So far, so good. There's still 20-second miles. They're soaking it all up. And you know what? We start to look at that field as well. We've got players already on rotation. Jerd will be a key player going into this one. Whether he can take anyone down on rotation, we'll have to wait and see, but jumping on board with accuracy. The M4 in hand. Hardpoint is going to be given up. Rotation will be set. Everyone's digging their heels in and getting ready for battle here, but a strong lead from the Ravens, over-doubling the score of the Subliners.
I mean, this is a scary sight. No one expected the New York Subliners to fall flat in this first map, but again, it is not over yet. It has to be some perfect holds, but still, that's not the way it's going to work out. Dylan finds 2. Rated's going up as well. That's 204 to 98. Do not adjust your set. Do not refresh your feed. This is a big scoreline from the London Royal Ravens.
Statement being made here, 35 seconds. Subliners are struggling. They're picking up kills in the kill feed, but we're not seeing anything translate to those points. You've got Scraps tucking himself away. He's going to find one. Can he find the second? Zuma trying to bounce back, does find a double of his own as well, trying to pinch through. No one on the hard point right now, and it looks like here Subliners, they're just trying to get some slaying power behind them, and rightfully so. 10, 12, and 25, not what you're used to seeing. Zuma down by 4 as well. We need to see that slaying power come out of 10.
Yeah, London really have got the Subliners number right now, and it is not working out. Still, a couple of kills go the way of Zero. Watching Wuskins now make his way into the backside of Cave. That's where the next hard point's going to be, and London are in there first. They're going to be able to get the first few moments of time, but there's a bit of a pinch developing. The Cave is not a safe place right now for the Subliners. This is not looking good. It's more of a tube than a subway, and they're getting absolutely pounded in there. Dylan now coming in on the flank as well. You've got the players on the hard point. You've got Dylan from behind. I mean, this is a massacre on point. They're about to find another ton of set time here, and at 2:36, this is pretty much finished.
Yeah, you see Scraps get a multi-kill there. 5 kills go down. The kill feed does go yellow, so the Subliners still in it, and they have control. There's plenty of time still on this. 6 kills back-to-back for New York here, as we do see them trying to fight their way out of it. Make it 7 as Zuma finds a double, and they are going to try and get this last 20 points. Now, the Ravens have a choice. Do they re-challenge? Do they rotate? They're looking to do the ladder here, as we are going to see it go to that little nook and cranny, but awaiting is going to be Attach. Is he going to find something? He's going to find 2 Ravens looking to sweep on in. This could be it for Subliners.
That could have well been it. Attach needed to win those gunfights, but again, 2 Ravens is better than 1. Jerd now on point. We're seeing the final few moments go the way of the Subliners, but this next hard point could well and truly be it. You have one last push, Subliners, one last chance and 10 seconds to make it done. I don't even think they can make it across the map in time. The Ravens have completely cut off all forms of attack. There's no way to get there. Call it a delay, call it what you will. It's done, it's dusted. London absolutely run the first map.
Hype, momentum, and everything being shown from the Ravens. You see Scraps getting up, and he may be that vocal leader. He might be the one shouting and screaming in the enemy space. I want to see Rated get up there. We know what he can do, the loudmouth. But I will say, Rated for me wasn't someone we were screaming and talking about a lot, but he was a key player there. He was holding things down with a positive 4, obviously, but 50 seconds of hill time as well. That anchor for the team, and he really was going kind of toe-to-toe with accuracy. Credit to Rated.
Absolutely disgusting start, to be honest, from London. Was not expecting that, and again, the power rankings have all gone out the window once again. However, it's a long series. Now the Subliners coach, again, Bobble, Revan, an absolute staple of the COD community, now having a quick word with his boys. When we come back after this break, friends, we'll be diving straight into Search and Destroy on Piccadilly. trying to get hype. We trying to get hype. We trying to get hype. We trying to get hype.
Call of Duty League is brought to you by Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, the official energy drink of the Call of Duty League. PS4, the official platform partner of Call of Duty Challengers. Scuff Gaming, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Welcome back, friends, to the COD League. That is the first map in the New York Subliners versus London Royal Ravens series complete. And unless you're absolutely out of your mind, you can tell on screen that the Royal Ravens took the first one in quite a dramatic fashion. It was a very handed win to them. A bit of a surprise for some fans, Phil?
I mean, certainly. Again, this New York team had a lot of hype around it. Certain individuals, you know, Attach and Zuma back together. But I think the Ravens have kind of been overlooked in a little way. And one thing that I do want to look at is the twins. Scraps, Wuskins, even just going back to game one, they started to really kind of perform. And those stats were incredible that these guys were putting up. Objective time on the hill. We were talking, obviously, slaying power as well. And for me, it was the rotations. It was the cohesiveness of this team and really what the Ravens kind of performed at.
Yeah, again, it's interesting. This is not only the reunion of Attach and Zuma, but also of the twins on your screen right there.
Yeah, 28 kills for Scraps, 26 just behind for Wuskin. But for me, again, Wuskin staying alive at those crucial moments, KD of 1.63, and time on the Hardpoint, splitting that evenly, collectively over 2 minutes between them. Good to see these guys go back together. You know, it's been a while when to, you know, split up. We now see Arstees and Prestini take time apart. You know, whether they'll see them come back together, we'll have to wait for that one. But Scraps and Wuskin getting those vibes flowing once more for the Ravens. And again, it feels like they're very at home with their teammates here. Dylan, an exciting player to watch. We see everyone kind of tweeting, will he perform the same as 2019?
Yeah, he really turned heads. He was one of the most exciting players by far to watch, I think, in the world. I mean, Dylan put up historic numbers and historic performances throughout the entire year.
Incredible.
Again, brand new game, brand new setting. Everything's a little different, very much the same in some ways, but still, Dylan is a force to be reckoned with. Now, friends, Search and Destroy on Piccadilly coming up next. Is it a bit of a home field advantage for the London squad? Who knows? We're very, very excited to roll into this one. Phil, any quick calls, any predictions going into this?
I mean, I'm just really excited to see the Ravens play Search and Destroy. We don't get to see it as much as we'd like to, obviously, online, so kind of getting the first glance at that. I've kind of dabbled in a little bit of the Subliners and seeing what they're capable of, and going head-to-head again, going on to Piccadilly. They know the surroundings for sure, but the Royal Ravens, Have they got what it takes to go 2-0 up in the series and really make a statement here? We've seen obviously games already be pushed to game 5 yesterday. We've seen a couple game 4s. Are we going to see maybe our first 3-0? Am I jumping the gun? We'll have to wait and see. Subliners, what have you got here? Ravens, are they going to close it out?
Yeah, a powerful chance for the Subliners to bounce back. Again, look for those attach and zoomer flanks. Look for those powerful plays at attempt. Again, slow in the hard point, but we can see if you can't rebound now in the search. Accuracy, another player who we enjoy watching very, very much, and someone with a powerful background when it comes to competitive COD. However, this London roster is looking good. And I'm doing my best, friends. I swear to God, I'm doing my best not to be really biased. I promised everyone I wouldn't do it, but it's hard, all right? It's very difficult.
It is, but you have got Zero on the Subliners. You've got a fan favorite duo back together as well. I mean, Temp for me was my X factor for this squad. He was the one which I was saying is my Dylan of the Ravens, for example. And he had a slow start to that hard point. I want to see him kind of explode into maybe this Search Destroy into Domination. We want to see the best out of Temp, because I tell you what, when he plays good, he starts standing up, screaming, getting in the face, and that's what we love to see. We love to see those rivalries be built. Shane, of course, the coach of the Ravens, fist bumps all around, ready to rock and roll. As we get into the Search and Destroy, here we go.
It's a tough scene as well. We talked again about Subliners. It's the mental game. It's not fighting in between each other. It's not sort of letting these maps get out of hand. Will that be the case now in the Search and Destroy? Can they keep a cool head, keep those comms sweet? We are going to see a very quick game pause. We'll let you know exactly what's going on there, friends. But in the meantime, Minneapolis, it's cold outside, but it's pretty good in here. We thank you very much for joining us. And those watching online on YouTube will be with you all season long. Can't wait, mate. Never been on YouTube before.
I have plenty of time. It's been around for a while, Miles. Come on, catch up.
That was a good
I know
chance
you're
for
like
a plug.
42, but you know, times are changing.
That was a chance for a plug, bruv.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Still, if you've just joined us, it is map 2 in the series here. Piccadilly is going to be coming up next, the Search and Destroy, New York Subliners versus the London Royal Ravens. And I must admit, I think I might be buying both of these team skins. These are my favorites.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the vibrant colors kind of, you got to say they've done a very good job with all these colors. Very vibrant. The packages in game, you can kind of see these all being displayed. The gear on hand, the camos, those little stickers. I'm not gonna lie, but for me, the Dallas Empire, these guys are built differently. Yeah, after yesterday, I might just, no, man, never mind.
I might just see how we go today, man. A new day. It's day 2 of the very first ever COD League event here, the launch weekend in Minneapolis here in the Armory. It's been brilliant so far. Slight technical issue, friends. As you can see, we'll get through that ASAP. Hey, it happens. It's COD. It's esports. What's an esports event without a tiny issue? We get through them, and we put on a good show. Still, I'm going to go back to those team skins, mate. I honestly could see myself buying almost all of them, trying to cover my M4 in as many stickers as I possibly can. Depending on who's doing well, you know, I'll create a little power. I'll create a little power rankings on the side of my weapon. That's what I'll do.
Just whoever's doing good, just be that kind of glory hunter.
Yeah, totally.
Just put it on, be like, yeah, I'm a total New York fan. Yeah, absolutely.
You get that huge one on your magazine. You get that really big sticker on the magazine. That can be New York.
Go around spraying those walls. Hopefully, Wuskin remembers to put his headset on. Maybe that's the technical issue we're looking at.
I mean, someone should just tell him.
Come on, man.
Brad, put your headset on, mate. We can start the game once your headset's on, friend. Again, we go back into predictions for this one. London, that squad in general, I mean, when you think of Search and Destroy prowess, I want to go back and think of Jerd, man. Jerd is a very, very adept Search and Destroy player. I mean, Puckett put it up first. He's been around since Black Ops 2. He's been a big fan ever since then. We call Jerd the king. He may be the king of Ireland. He may be king of that side of the planet. You know, Scump may be the king of North America. I'm sure we're going to find a king in more regions here before the league is done. But, Phil, for you, who's the big standout on the London squad for Search?
Search and Destroy, I think a lot of people overlook Rated. I think he was brought in, again, for not only kind of his in-game prowess, but, you know, he's smart. You know, he brings a lot to the table when it comes to kind of planning this out. Search and Destroy is a very, you know, methodical game mode where you've got to just kind of take your time, chill out a little bit. And sometimes Dylan is like a little bull terrier. He's in your face before you know it. And I think Rated can kind of bring that calmness to this team. And I think, again, partnered with Jerd, who kind of has that same aura around him. But, London Royal Ravens, definitely one to watch this year.
Yeah, speaking of the other side of the team, now we're going to have a quick look at a highlight from the last match. This is from Attach, from the Hardpoint. And this was a quick push in towards that Hardpoint. Early days again. I mean, this was a very, very closely contested game until about halfway through. And let's face it, London went absolutely crazy. Jerd did a brilliant job hitting the point here. He got a few, but it was Attach holding that top lane down.
Yeah, and interesting enough as well, what he's using here, obviously, Attach known for his SMGs and then MP5, and just kind of the way he breaks in and holds it. We kind of pointed out at this very moment how important Attach, you know, was in making those crucial kills, but he couldn't make the second wave. That was the important thing. But throughout the game, being a top slayer for his team, I think, you know, if Temp had maybe a little bit of a better game, it would have been a little bit closer, but taking nothing away from the Ravens. A very, very powerful start here. Going into the S&D, though, Subliners, they've got some S&D superstars on their roster as well, and it's not something to be overlooked at. And again, yesterday, we saw how strong the Mutineers were at Search and Destroy. Maybe Subliners pull out the same stuff. Yeah,
it was interesting to see. Again, those who didn't catch yesterday's action, 3 fantastic series. Well worth going back and having a look over, especially if you're a COD fan. Yeah, Florida really turning heads. We will be seeing them later on today playing in the LA Gorillas. But now, friends, it is time to get into that Search and Destroy on Piccadilly. Our issue's been resolved, and now we roll straight into it.
Hopefully you are a COD fan. If you're not, hopefully we can convert you here as the Royal Ravens take on the New York Subliners. Search and Destroy Piccadilly. And we're going to kick things off here with those Ravens as we rock. Oh, sniper straight away! Wuskin! See you later, accuracy. 2 minutes, respawn.
That's a very cheeky angle. The smoke couldn't cover it enough. See, on top of that bust, though, Wuskins has to be very, very careful. Scaffold is a brilliant position to have, good oversight of the map. He's just allowing Dylan to move forward, providing as much information as he can. Can Dylan creep forward and find these little cheeky angles? He just manages to get that one as well. So that's a nice 2 set of kills now for London. New York are starting to bleed out at the seams. They can't seem to stop this. There's only 2 of them left. And now it's a 2v3.
2v3, what did I say about Dylan, by the way? Like a bull terrier, straight through the middle of the map, takes one down, will be punished for it. But he has given his team that number advantage. Bomb is going to be planted, though, in that 1 minute 20, shortened to just 45 seconds. The cards have been turned over. Zuma and Zero versus Wuskin. Scraps and Rated. Sniper in the hands of Wuskin, though. And it's a good angle that he's got here going on. He might be able to find just one more.
He just saw a head, maybe. He might have just seen that player's head. If he looks to the right, he might be able to get another one. But again, good positions from Wuskin. Hasn't moved much since the start of the game. 25 seconds left on the bomb. Got to make a play happen. His teammates are starting to fall around him. Scraps is the only one left. It's the twins. Zuma goes down. Or Zero goes down. Lovely shot that was. And again, it all falls down to Zuma. He's the last player left alive. Can Wuskins get it done? There it is from behind. A nice round to the Royal Ravens.
And those 2 at the very end for the Ravens there, it was Scraps and Wuskins. Wuskins, again, a nice easy snipe for him, but what he didn't do, he didn't over-challenge. He found that information, he started going back and forward, bobbing and weaving and just baiting out for his brother. Scraps coming in with an easy shot, and from what looked like a pretty easy round here for the Ravens, it started and pretty much ended by Wuskins and the sniper. I want to see more of this.
Again, when they're on defense, when they're on offense like that, that angle, that back left, he can just sort of sit right back, let those players run into the crosshairs of that sniper rifle and find these plays. Oh wow, Zero may have just found that one through the smokes. That's disgusting. Will we see any more out of the boys with these sniper rifles? Zuma trying to make the play around the right-hand side. Good angles to be in, and Wuskins may be able to catch another.
Start to see Subliners just back off that from the attack, but one from behind is Zuma with the flank, and he finds himself in an interesting position. Can he take more, though? He's found himself in dangerous territory.
Whoa.
No teammates around. He's going to be punished for that one. Close up with the M4, and we are going to see this go down to a 2v3. Number advantage favors the Subliners right now. But don't underestimate, Wuskin's already 2 to his name. Will the sniper be that kind of disadvantage at this moment? Again, when you're trying to pull out something special, it might not be the weapon of choice. Wuskin last alive. The bomb has gone down.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh! It was a 1v3, now it's a 1v2. And Wuskins, how much more has he got in this snipe? If Attach peeks, gets a little eager, he's going down, but he has to watch out, though, because Zero is on his right-hand side.
Oh, no.
Oh! He finds the ankle, but it's not enough. Can he clean up the kill, or is he going to get baited out? Zero snipes there as well. 1v1! Wuskins, can you go all the way?
He's got the time to do it. 20 seconds left. Zero versus Wuskins, the snipers for each team. He spots him, but Zero's jiggle peeking perfectly. Throws out the equipment, and with 12 seconds left, the 5 spree comes in, and Wuskin finds the 1v3 for the Ravens, and what an energy boost that'll give him into round number 3. Wow.
I thought Zero had him. The stun came out, and it just must have landed on the back end of that car. Zero must be absolutely kicking himself. You see it here in the play. It explodes behind him. It doesn't affect him enough. He walks right out.
It doesn't affect him at all.
It doesn't give a rat's, mate. 1v3 for Wuskins.
And Zero's going to be fuming with that one again. He had the positioning. Wuskin, though, 5 kills already. Feeling himself so far.
Maybe we were gassing the wrong twin.
Scraps who?
Who?
Tries to hit it through the smoke, misses this time, though. Once we put 2 minutes on the clock here for these teams to go back at it. Raided with the bomb, and we're going to see Scraps get taken out very, very quickly. Zuma with the first blood.
It was a nice nade from Zuma. Oh, a nice follow-up as well. Unlucky for Zero not to catch that kill, but he may have just rung the dinner bell. Who's hungry? Who wants a taste? It may well be Jerd. difficult position to be in from the bookshop. The flank may be on though. Zero, can he find something? His teammates that are back him up. This is a brilliant round from the Subliners. Waskin's all alone now, but don't count him out just yet.
Brilliant round from the Subliners. Zuma in particular, 3 kills to his name. He's got 6, whereas his whole team together, I believe, has just broke 6 with that final kill, but he really dragging his team into round number 4. Beautiful stuff there, very aggressive, kind of matching that pace of Dylan. He's attached to find that final kill.
Subliners took the early advantage with Zuma's double, and after that, it was just easy pickings. Brilliant, brilliant stuff from them. A few more of those, and they can start to feel a little more comfortable, let's say, in the search and destroy. 6 and 2 for Zuma. Wonderful work from him thus far. And back we go. Offensive round now for the Subliners.
Just see exactly where they're heading here and just kind of their playstyle. Zuma, again, another first blood here, really finding his feet in search and destroy, and that's something you'll hear us say throughout the year. Sniper isn't going to connect for 0, but he's got some information to relay. An interesting position, though. Dylan is just to the right-hand side of all these players, and I don't think they know he's there. Subliners opting to push through the middle, trying to get some of this ground. Zuma finds another. That's going to be a 5 spree for him, and so far, so good. 8 kills to his name, but he is going to drop for the Subliners.
Yeah, Zuma's grenades have been fantastic, absolutely on point. One thing players have to be very aware of on Piccadilly is all the cars. Those grenades destroy cars and essentially create an even bigger explosion. Very, very dangerous, lethal to players, even running EOD. Jerd now in the library, or in the bookshop. As he gets backed on up, Tatch finishes that one out, dispatches him handily, and it once again all falls down to Waskins. As he leaves that storefront, though, he does make a ton of noise. He will find one and make it a 1 versus 3. But with the bomb down there, it's going to be a real tough fight towards B for Waskins.
1v3 for Waskins. Okay, I won't count him out here. However, a little bit of a different position. He's on the complete wrong side of the map. The bomb is down, and we've got some very strong setups here for the Subliners, and this is where they know they don't make a mistake. You've got to real stick your ground and play that clock. 25 seconds left. And as soon as he shoots there, he's going to be shot from 3 different angles. Fool me once, says the Subliners. Not again.
You got to wonder how many more tricks does London have up their sleeve. Nice long shots, right off the rip, really help. Powerful work coming in from Waskins with a snipe, but I mean, these little naughty tricks are not fooling the Subliners time again.
And we're learning so much about both these teams. Obviously, the snipers from both sides, you know, very, very good. Zuma instantly, those grenades, it almost feels like a set piece practiced at home. I'm sure it is there. 8 kills to his name now. Spearheading the attack from the Subliners as we get into round number 5. And kills aside, we've seen some flashy plays. It's all tied up here. Oh my goodness, what is that? Waskins is just...
That's not a trick, that's a mistake. He's managed to find a team kill on his teammate, through his brother. He kills Scraps. Now the Subliners can just back on up. Defensively now they can relax a little bit more. And again, you watch out, Zero sniping there from the bookshop. He hasn't really found too much success from here, but this is such a good angle to be in. It's very, very difficult to actually find the kill onto Zero, but from there he can do so much damage.
Smokes has gone down, just match some of that map in the middle, giving a bit of an opener, but Waskins hits the deck! And he's gonna take accuracy out with 1 straight bullet through the face there. Zuma finds another, but he will be traded out instantly. Great stuff from the Ravens now in a 3 versus 3 rated with a bomb, and we're gonna see one more here. Dylan putting his stamp on the search and destroy already.
Yeah, scary stuff. He's right in the middle of the buses. He's tapped on his Opal card, and he's looking to find more lethal precision now from Dylan. This has been a brilliant round from him, all onto Zero in this 1v3.
Just the movement from Dylan is special in its own. We talk about players who, you know, it's not like they're the best shot in the world or, you know, the smartest player, but some players just have the movement locked down. A lot of people kind of talk about shots he's moving.
Oh. What a shot.
Waskin again with a sniper again. Whether it's kind of a European thing, these guys, Zero, Waskin really shown. We saw Octane yesterday with a sniper. We were kind of questioning, will we see many snipers in Search and Destroy? And that's the exciting stuff here for the CDL 2020 launch. And already things are getting a little bit close with the Subliners. Oh my goodness!
Now that's good timing. Temp, that's just bad luck. Wicked shot there from Dylan. From Waskin, sorry, as Dylan on your screen finds another one.
Dylan Moore must have bought a bus ticket. He's been hanging around these all day long, bobbing and weaving, and rated. This is classic raid. Find a position and just put yourself at the advantage. But there's 1 player left. It's all down to Zero.
I mean, you blink and all your teammates are dead, and now what do? You're looking down the barrel of a 4-2 scoreline. Zero, though, he can creep this forward, he can play this very slowly. However, London, they're so closely together. They're pushed real close. And now that that one tag's gone through, there's no way he stays alive. Yeah. Zero needed to find a kill early on his own. He needed to isolate those 1v1s, and London were never going to let it happen.
We need to see something else from the Subliners. We're seeing Zuma put up numbers time and time again. We're not seeing anything else. Is it a way to shut down Wuskin? Is it put the sniper away, hit those smokes heavy and try and rush, try and get aggressive? They need to change something up because right now, Zuma hidden double digits, 10 to 5 right now. Accuracy 0, 1 kill to their name. I mean, across the board, they're struggling here. 9 between the 4.
I mean, Wuskins really has been this shining star at 10 and 2. Not able to find that shot again. Nice angle again, just on top of the bin there. Still, possibility to find a little bit more. That's a face. Saw a little bit of a subliner there, just pop up. Dylan, though, once again, just making his way forward. Runs right on through the metal detector, and he creates a bit of a noise, but it doesn't matter. He finds the kill. Temp answers back straight away. Wuskins once again with that snipe. They're getting closer and closer. Deagle out now. Will he be able to find much? As that big 50 cal round just rings out. Not able to hit the shots, mate. You got to do something.
Oh, come on, Wuskin.
Oh, Temp!
Pull the sniper out at that point. He's shown us how good he is with it, but Temp makes an impact. 2 kills this round. Trying to drag the Subliners into round number 8 with something a little closer, but as the time starts to tick away, no one has the bomb right now. The Ravens just back off. Dylan and Jerd last alive here. Trying to rotate round, and you see all angles being covered by the Subliners. They've got a lot of map control right now.
Pin them down in those buses areas. Now, Dylan does manage to secure the bomb, so we now will see that possibly go towards B. As the A site is completely covered by the remaining members of the Subliners. And Jerd now just leading the charge, trying to make sure that this is a safe space so that Dylan can get the objective now covered. Take care of that back position as well, but look, Zero's managed to pull the snipe right in through to the bookshop, so now it's a dangerous position. Yeah,
this is where they start, again, the call-outs of this rotation over to B, and you see the Subliners pinching through, going round, pushing them back. However, 1 kill either way could be the difference maker. We're going to see tags being put through by Jerd. Jerd looking to his right. We're going to see Dylan even the playing field here now in a 2v2, and at the defensive side of things, maybe Ravens have the advantage, but Zero takes the head clean off of Dylan, and now the pinch will push forward. It's all up to Jerd.
Just got to back on up. This is a good position to be in. He's let Zero overextend. There's one. Now it's a one-on-one. Accuracy. With 20 seconds left. He's got to find that kill.
He's only got 11 bullets in the chamber as well. He's got to make them count, but it's going to be accuracy, and he's going to do it. Jerd doesn't need 11, maybe 4 or 5, but a big clutch once again for the Ravens. We've seen Wuskins, we've seen Jerd. And again, these are rounds that should have gone the way of the Subliners.
And that was potentially a brilliant retake from the Subliners. Zuma started that one off with a dead silence play right round through pillars. Yep. And it almost worked out perfectly for them, if not for the miraculous shots there of Zero. And you know what? Bad timing on the turn. Brilliant work from Jerd to slip through the net. Managed to get behind him undetected. Now it's map point.
Jerd really used the map to his advantage there. Through that library, managed to pick off one. And again, with how much clutter kind of is there in the middle of the map, you are going to see them bob and weave and go back and forward. 5-2 though, potentially the last round as we get aggressive once more. Jerd feeling himself after that one as he gets up close and personal. And he's not just done yet. Zuma, another first blood. I need that stat after this game for sure. He's been going off.
And this is such an aggressive round from London. I mean, they've put the snipers down. Everyone's going to be running forward, and it's not really worked out. Zuma's read him like a book. His second kill of the round. Temple drop. Zuma finally goes down. Zero, though. He's the only player running a snipe right now. Trying to slow the pace, trying to just change this map up. Because, again, dire situation for the Subliners to be in.
Yeah, we're going to see Jerd go for a flank. Jerd is going to find himself one, and that's going to be onto accuracy. Now they have map control. You start to see the Ravens push through these buses, get information, and that is what it is all about right now. When you have that number advantage, you want to take and run away with it. Are we going to see any type of plan? No one has the bomb. That's the question, though. What do you do at this point?
I mean, the bomb is now down where, I think it was where Temp died, so that's number 6 on the minimap there. It's very, very far to the bottom end of the map. It's very tough now for the Subliners to have to get through the defensive line that the Ravens got set up. Zero's doing the best he can quietly to make his way in through the rear. He's got to get that bomb. He has 45 seconds to do it, admittedly, so plenty of time. However, one loud noise, and he's a dead man.
He's got a deagle to his name. 35 seconds to play with here. Equipment doesn't connect just yet, but he's going to find himself peeking through the taxi. Finds one, information has been given, and this is only going to benefit the Ravens, though. Attach and Zero go down. And the Ravens take map number 2 in pretty dominating fashion. I will say big clutches coming in for Wuskin and Jerd as well to really show us what they're made of, but 2-0, it's looking hot.
grenades really rang supreme there on Piccadilly. I mean, brilliant work from everyone. 11 kills, 3 deaths for Wuskins. Absolutely disgusting stuff. Desk, what do you think over there?
I think it's pretty impressive, to say the least. I honestly wasn't expecting London Royal Ravens to turn up like that, but to be fair, they probably have been in central London quite a lot, so that map to them is probably pretty accurate. They probably know all the spots that they're looking for. But overall, that S&D was just insane, and I've got to give a shout out to Wuskins. I mean, that guy was going off on that map. That was his jam right there. TP, what did you make of this guy with a snipe?
Very, very impressive stuff. He knew all the peaks. He was hitting pre-fire crosses through smokes. Everything was going right for the guy in that situation. He had that big 1 versus 3 situation too, which I'm sure we'll touch on a little bit more for you as well, to go up 2-0. Everything going right for them, man. It seemed like the Subliners just had a lackluster performance from basically everyone besides Zuma, so it was a tough one.
Yeah, there's quite a lot to talk about in that search and destroy, actually. I like how Wuskin would get that sniper pick, and then Dylan would make his way towards that bus to try to pick up some other kills. There was like 3 rounds in a row on offense where Dylan was at the mid buses and was picking up a kill, and it just seemed like the Subliners had no idea where he was at. Well, he was located right in the center of the map every single time he did that, so it seems like there's some sort of miscommunication on the side of the Subliners throughout this entire search, and the teamwork out of the Royal Ravens for Dylan to wait for Wuskin to get these picks to make a play is very impressive.
This is that 1v3 play coming in from Wuskins here. Just outstanding stuff from this guy. Another thing I did notice, Teep, was overall, the route that Ravens were taking throughout that map was so on point. Their post-plan positioning was on point. I just felt like New York Subliners couldn't keep up with the way that these guys were having their tactics working for them. They were constantly having their back to them.
It was the domination of the late round situations. They're able to sneak up with their SMG players. The amount of times Jerd was able to get behind enemy lines and pick up free kills. It seemed like Subliners were really clueless a lot of the time. I don't know if that's a positioning thing, an information thing, a comms thing, but they looked all over the place.
Indeed, and we've got our US Army tactical play of the game coming for you guys as well. And Wuskins, obviously, it has to be him yet again. This guy was ripping faces off. On top of that scaffolding, that was his jam right there. Looking at the way that he's performing here, Sniper, this has to be in his console the entire time. This has to be in his holster.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think Attach didn't know that he could be seen from underneath the car right here. Yeah. He thought he was safe, and you know, actually Wuskin almost threw this. If he waited like a second more, moving to his left, he would have killed him in one shot. I think he shot him in the kneecap right there, but you know, it was really just a stun.
I just don't understand what Attach and Zero's comms are in this situation. As soon as your first player on the bomb site gets sniped, why are you two not together? He has a sniper. He's not going to be able to hit both at the same time. The fact that those two players stayed so far apart leads to this opening for Wuskin to go and get both isolation gunfights and dominate.
That also happened later in Jerd's clutch. If you notice, Jerd actually shot his gun, so he's going to ping on the minimap at that point, and there was a player outside of Library right there that had him pinned, and he started to wrap around towards the subway stairs and just gave him up. It was just such a miscommunication.
Gotta get together.
It just seems like there's just absolute pandemonium on the side of Subliners throughout that search and destroy.
Indeed, there was many mistakes that were made there from New York Subliners, and S&D we know is a difficult game, but I felt like Royal Ravens, they literally had that one down, and it seems to be one of their strengths. So let's take a look at the stats overall for that game and see the stat of the game. I want to know exactly who was popping off. We already know that both of these guys here, Zuma and Wuskin, were really doing work for their team here. Wuskin with 11 kills, Zuma with 12. 3 deaths for Wuskin.
Another thing though, for Zuma, like he was getting a lot of first bloods, so they had numbers multiple rounds. Like the first blood, they actually probably got more first bloods than the Royal Ravens throughout that map. And they were just losing with numbers every time. Even in the clutches when it came down to it, they would have numbers and they would lose it. That's pitiful.
It is indeed. Is there anything that the Royal Ravens could work on potentially in S&D? Because of course they were doing a really, really good job, but I'm sure there's always some things that they could have done better.
It's kind of tough to tell off of one map, but they were definitely very prepared going into that one. I'm not sure if Zero is completely comfortable sniping on that map, as we saw from Wuskin. So I don't know, maybe using those numbers, playing faster when you get those early advantages. Zuma would get up to those middle buses and get a pick. You got to work faster towards the bomb sites with those numbers. It didn't seem like they really pushed the issue at all and put pressure on the Ravens to make a bad decision. And when the rounds drag out like that, and you have a sniper on point like Wuskin, he's going to ruin you, and that's exactly what he did.
Absolutely, and of course later on we have that big time 2v2 match happening, courtesy of Hex and of course Gary. We need to talk about this guy. Scump and Formal take on Silly and Assault. Who have you guys got your money on?
Oh, T2P. I got it.
100%.
There it is.
They're going to win that.
They're going to win it. Have they had much work on 2v2 apart from against each other?
There's been like some 2v2 tournaments and stuff like that, so I'm sure all these players have reps on it. But when you look at the duos, I think there's definitely a favored side.
Is there going to be a lot of trash talking, do you think?
Oh, definitely.
I'm hoping so. That's what I'm looking forward to. I think it's about time we head back to our casters, of course. Momo and Miles, are you excited for this next game?
We're wonderfully excited.
Of course we are.
From central London up northeast to Hackney. The Domination map coming up next. Again, man, I am very, very impressed and quite surprised by how well London's playing.
I think, yes, impressed, but for me, mainly just surprised. At both teams, I actually thought I'd get a little bit more from the Subliners, especially in Search and Destroy and Hardpoint. Now we go into a different game mode, obviously in Domination, and kind of this is the chance where the Ravens have, everything to play with. Now, there is a lot on the line, obviously. Still these points are being accumulated for you guys at home, 10 points for a win. This is going to count months and months down the line when you're looking for those all-important positions. You want to be finishing as high as possible, and it all starts this weekend here. Bit of a showcase, obviously, for you guys to see every single team. Ravens going up against the Subliners right now, and so far, so good for the London Royal Ravens.
Well, so far, so good indeed. They're sitting 2-0. Let's have a quick look at the maps and modes presented by the US Air Force. This series could well and truly be done in 3, but if it ain't, we're going to be looking at a Hardpoint on St. Petrograd and an Arklov Peak Search and Destroy for Game 5. Interesting stuff already, Phil. I mean, this is the last map on British soil. Do you think that's going to be giving London enough of an advantage to find the 3-0?
I think that absolutely has no correlation to what's going on right now. I think these have all been putting a lot of time in. But going to Hackney again, I kind of talked about this on Cave. This is where we're going to see those fast, aggressive SMGs. I want to see more from Temp. I think Attach had a great map 1, but I want to see more in this Domination. We need to see more. Zuma, that Search and Destroy, he had the most kills in the lobby. He got 2 rounds to his name, so he'll probably be a little frustrated, but, he's an experienced veteran. He'll be able to put that map behind him and just focus map by map now, head into Hackney Yard, though. We're going to see some special stuff. Which player do you pick at this point?
It's tough. Waskins, he really ran the search, but I'm not sure if he's going to do it quite the same way in the respawn game modes. But again, Domination, 3 flags, best of 2 rounds, and now Hackney Yard is going to be our map number 3. Can London get it done in 3 maps straight, or will New York manage to turn this one around? It'd be a great time to do it, because let's face it, man, I'd love to see a 4 and a 5 in this series, but hey, that ain't up to us.
And again, you want to get as much practice in. These weeks will fly by soon. We'll, of course, be traveling to London. And the Subliners, you want to get as many maps in on LAN as possible. So don't go out without a fight here, but kicking it off, we are going to jump on board with Dylan. The MP5 in hand, grenades are going out, and he's heading over to B. He's going to put a bit of time on there, but backing up in the Zuma flank, of course, it's coming in. Smokes galore. A and C will be given to the home teams, but B is going to be captured there. Is it captured? I think yes, it is, by the Ravens.
There it is. They do get A and B, so the points will be going in the Ravens' favor for the time being. Again, solid opener for them. They managed to push in a B. The nades went through, and they watched that crossfire there by the forklift on the right-hand side of the map. Now Jerd cut down in a hail of fire from Zero, as the assault on B now begins for the Subliners.
And we've seen Dom a few times already. Yes, it's nice to hold that 2 cap. You're going to be getting a couple points there in 5 seconds. However, that triple cap, holding all 3 flags, is really what's going to propel you into the lead. Plenty of time still to go right now. Temp finds one before falling down. Bit of a trade-off, but this really favoring the Ravens once more. After all said and done there in the warehouse, only rated as alive. Now he's getting that trophy, and now he's going to be able to just hold tight here. But Zuma coming from behind finds one. Accuracy and Temp as well, putting 2 in the ground. Attach finds 1, and maybe this is the chance to break. This is where we see the Subliners take over this warehouse now and put the pressure on.
I will say the Subliners, they started this map off with 5 SMGs. Now Waskins has swapped out to the M4, so they're looking to try to take back that B site. And again, solid work across the board for everyone, but Zuma really making work of that flank. He's currently on a 4 spree. See if Waskins can't put an M4 up to good use, and his brother's on the flank now. Scraps has managed to make his way into B, neutralizing B right now, going for the full cap. Once again, decisive play from the Ravens.
Yeah, when Subliners actually caught B, we saw the Ravens rotate. They had both A and C, but Zuma now on a 5 spree, make it 6 as he picks up once again, and he's still going. He's found himself with a knife in hand, a quick magazine change, and he'll be ready to rock and roll. Jerd in his sights, tried to slide away, but that's all we're going to see. And once more, this is what I'm talking about. The Ravens are putting the pressure on both the home flags, and now C has been capped. It's rated. He's been the frustrating one. And again, 2 caps rated, 2 for Dylan, 1 for Scraps here, really spreading the workload, and that's what I'm liking. Rated a huge kill there onto C, and what he can really do is start this pinch, start this process. Quick look at the mini-map. Look how spread out we are seeing the Ravens here. And the Subliners. It's like, which one do you go for at this point?
Yeah, this is complete control of the yard. I mean, right now, A is in a little bit of trouble as the New York Subliners. They spawn close to there because they've got nowhere else to go right now. But look at the positioning that you see the Ravens in. Trying to cut these players down. Temp's having a spawn mid-map and trying to deal with something. A is now secured. We may be seeing a full flip. However, B, there's action going on there as well, as everyone is now vying for control of the map. The Subliners will manage to... Oh, they've not quite got it yet, but B is still in the hands of the Subliners. A is going to be neutralized. And once again, we're seeing these points go back and forth. C in the hands of New York. B gets made safe. London now with their backs against the wall at A.
And this is probably the best position we've seen the Subliners in. As I say, that attach, accuracy, 0, and Temp and Zuma all go down. And just like that, the Ravens sweep on in, and we've got players pushing out and getting this map control. B's going to be handed over to them, and Subliners, they're going to have to go once more here. 0, only 1 kill to his name. Is the pressure kind of getting to him as he finds his second, going up against his former teammates. Wuskin now on a 5 spree as well, really holding things down, but holding the trophy at the wrong time right there.
Yeah, Scraps managed to find his 5 kills in a row. Dylan's on 4. So as you see, the Ravens, they've really started to pluck the eyes of New York as they managed to take back those 2 points. And they've managed to flip it once again. C is the only position New York have right now. They have to manage to push through. They're not doing a great job of controlling that office side. Gives them a chance to shoot back towards B, but Attach, he's managed to slip in. Can he find some opening here? There are a few members of the Ravens on point of B on the defense. Attach upstairs, lovely shot. There's one player beneath him. If you can find any more, that'd be great. Keep this play alive. Wuskin goes down as well, and Attach. Can he find one more? He does.
Another headshot for Attach as well. Trophy system may want to be taking that one out here, but as the flag will change hands, will he capture it? That's the important thing. He's actually neutralized it for now. But again, this is what I'm talking about. The Ravens, they've swooped over to C, they've neutralized that one, and everything said and done, and we're not seeing any advantage right now. 2 to the Ravens, 0 to NYC over here. They haven't captured B. There's 4 players surrounding it. Someone jump on the flag!
That was a crucial play from Dylan there. Just swoops on in, finds himself 2. Now accuracy's in a tough spot. Wuskin's about to make the play right through, and he will. He just gets the gun up in time, and that's going to be it. 3 dead immediately for New York. And oh, there you go. London are right back on point. C's being captured now. B's about to be made neutral. I mean, this is powerful stuff from the Ravens. They're just taking over.
Yeah, again, it's just that pressure on their home flag time and time again. The Ravens just seem to have this rotation down, and the Ravens seem to have that kill feed all to themselves. A is in the hands of the Ravens. B as well. C will go back to New York, but the Ravens, they'll be happy with this. They've got, what, a 35-point lead with a minute on the clock. They can extend this to, 47 at this point.
It's full control right now. I mean, really, New York have just got no answer. As soon as they get in close to A, they're desperate to try to take that A position. They cannot. They simply can't. Attach can't get through mid-map. It's an absolute death box right there. And once again, B is made safe. The Subliners slowly descending into madness. The Royal Ravens have just got such a stronghold here.
Wuskin 5-kill streak, rated 5-kill streak. Dylan is just closed down on his 3-kill streak. The slaying power is just so much here, and you can see the amount of work that these guys are putting in. The bait and switch, the trades, the positioning just seems a little bit tighter here from the Ravens. New York going once more for this B flag, and again, at this point, you're just trying to do damage control. You're going into that next round, you're just trying to just cut things down as much as possible. Even with 20 seconds on the clock, neutralizing that flag will help them a slight bit, I guess.
Yeah, it's just going to slow down that extra set of points. And again, now we're about to see B captured. Final few seconds, but I mean, what more can we say that we haven't already about how brilliant London have played this first round of Hackney?
I think you've just got to take your hat off to Wuskin, because it's not only this domination. We saw it in the S&D. We saw it in the Hardpoint. He's on point right now. He's the best player on that stage, and he's really showing his dominance. I think he finished 15 and 6 there in the first half. He continues this, and we're looking at probably one of the best domination scores we've seen. But for the Subliners, again, yes, you're changing sides. I understand that, and we might see a different story here. But that is a big, big lead for the Ravens. That is hard to come back from. A triple cap maybe, some neutralizations must go down, but the Ravens got to be feeling good, Miles.
Got to be feeling good. Again, the London Royal Ravens, an old tradition. The Ravens in the Tower of London, I believe. If they fall or if they die, then crown and country will go with it. So no pressure, boys, but hey, you're looking great so far.
So far, so good here, and they can take the time. Actually, you just see number 8 Attach here. He got on that flag. You can see it's kind of half-capped. He had to back off. The pressure was too much. the Ravens come on in, and the kill feed favoring them once more, and they are completely taking control of the warehouse. Now, one thing I want to do is I want to see how well the Ravens control their home flag, because again, we're seeing this trend. One slip the net, this time it's going to be Temp who's going for that. So it's very back and forth. The rotation is crucial for these guys, but as A, B, and C are all changing hands at this moment, no one can get a grasp on these flags.
Yeah, once again, London have opted to go to A, and they've got it. Now with B control for the time being, there's the flip. Nice kill from Rated to hold that point. Temp. Oh boy, Temp versus Scraps. He just about gets it done. It was a real ugly gunfight there in B, but he will win it. Still, B is in the hands of the Ravens. They're going to make it safe. Attach trying to keep the play alive.
I just want to talk slaying side of things right now. 0, 4 kills, 15 deaths. Attach at a -6, accuracy down by 3, Temp down by 7. The slaying is just so dominant by Ravens right now. New York can't do anything. And what's so clever about what Ravens have done is they've completely flipped the map to what it was previously on the first half. They're taking control and they're showing their dominance here in the second side as well. Dylan on 4-kill streak, but Attach trying to break in. Will find one. Accuracy shutting down another. They need to change this game, but they need to do it now. There's only 4.5 minutes left.
Yeah, they need a ton of points to really pull this back. And again, solid hold over B now, but Jerd just over the top. Has a little peek, finds one. Not enough to get it done, though. 2 kills go the way of Temp, but Zuma makes safe that position as well. So, get the cap on B is the plan now for the Subliners. How long can they hold it, though? That's the question.
And at this point, Domination, this is where it becomes a mind game as well. Because you've got to think numbers. You've got to think, right now, if I hold, 2 flags for the rest, it ain't enough for the Subliners. Ravens start to play that game, and they can rotate and just almost toy with the Subliners, but they're on A, they're on C. This could be a potential triple cap. Temp, we talk about killing. He's got 5 in a row right now. However, big kill from Wuskin, the man of the hour, 20 and 8, and he's going to retain that C home flag.
And that's it. They managed to get A back as well. London are on position now to start capturing A. It was looking so good for a brief moment there for the Subliners, but it's just gone entirely, and Wuskin once again up over the top. Powerful kills, can't get the third on the Temp. He'll manage to get back onto C and stop the bleeding again, but look at this, B, as they just roll across the map. It's such fury. London look unstoppable.
It's all blue, baby. 3.5 minutes. The time is ticking. And right now, even neutralization will do for the Ravens. 0 trying his best to get in here, but again, a slow start, and he's being punished for it. 3 minutes as we creep on up. We are going to see triple digits. Are we? We're not even going to see triple digit for the Subliners. C's been neutralized. B's been taken away. And we're seeing Ravens run away with it.
No points at all for the Subliners at this time being. Zero's desperately trying to get B back. I mean, it's just starting to look a little dire, Phil. I don't know when the maths becomes impossible, but we're quickly getting there.
I mean, with a 2 cap, you're getting 12 points per minute. There's 3 minutes left, 36. You do the math. It ain't enough. They need a triple cap. They need to go balls to the wall and just absolutely dominate. But right now, we've not seen any of that through the first half. And through this... Dylan! Whoa! I see you, Dylan.
Put that back in your pants, young man.
25 and 21. Dylan, he's feeling himself.
He's certainly feeling something. Dylan going back towards B. As 0 finds another 2 kills. It's not over yet, but Dylan, he doesn't care. Absolutely slaughtering them. Let's have a quick Astro listen in with London. Now it's time for a quick Astro listen in with the Royal Ravens.
Help these guns' bodies. Help these guns' bodies. Every line, help these guns' bodies. Every single line, help these guns' bodies. Every single time. Help these guns' bodies. Stay calm. Everyone chill. Every time, shoot their body. Every single fucking time. Every single time. Absolute top L, and top 2 top L. Accuracy's gone to the right side, top L. Tani's as well. I'm holding our door. Oh, they all down. Fuck it. Every time, shoot their fucking body.
Right. Trace bomb L.
Every time. Hey, on me, absolute Temp. Listen, Temp, stop it.
Stay alive, A. I'm C.
Shit, brother, you disgusting. One more, brother, I spawn C. You get that. One more in B. Hey, one in B.
Well, you heard the comms there. You know exactly what you need to do if Rated's a team captain. And hey, man, this is just an absolute massacre. Let's face it, Phil. 187 to 114. I mean, I came into this series thinking, London, they're going to be okay. But the fans were like, nah, they're not going to be great. Quote the Raven, nevermore. And you come into this one, you think, London, oh, yeah, they're going to be fine. No, mate. They are absolutely running this show over New York.
This was a matchup I was so excited to see, and that was because I thought it would be a close one. Not today. We see Domination coming in from London. And again, you hear from the comms, if you want to call it that. They want to make a statement. They want to just put this to bed. Dylan has 10 captures to his name, 30 kills in his back pocket as well. Dylan is starting 2020 like he finished 2019. and he ain't stopping anytime soon. With 35 seconds left on the clock, Ravens breaking that 200. At this point, they're just toying with them. They're playing with them, and you heard that in that communication.
I mean, it's not looking good for New York, but hey, it's the first map. It's the first, match they've had in the entire COD League. Plenty of time to go back to the board and have a look at what went wrong here. But you've got to think about what's going right for London. The pace they're setting right now is just impossible. I mean, Rated, he's delivering a very, very profound message. Typically, it's Pigeons that deliver them, but today, it's the Ravens.
Ravens are stood up. Ravens know it's over, and when you just finish things so strong, I guess this is the reward of this. You can rub it in a little bit, but the Royal Ravens come out on top. It's a thumbs up from Scraps as a 3-0 sweep. What a convincing victory. What a mark on the CDL.